Hi, I'm Captain Fancher with Texas Fishing Tips, and this is your weekly fishing report. We've had some interesting winds this week. They start out strong, and then they'll blow through the week, and they're tapering off on the weekends. It looks like it's going to be another week that way, so keep the winds in mind when you're heading out. Now, what the wind's doing with that strong southeast is turning all this area here on the northern side of Baffin into chocolate milk, as well as this area down here to the east. So my suggestion is look for clean water. The cleaner the water, the better off you're going to be. You can see grass lines and rocks that way. I found some clean water down here early into Compuerta, but as you're coming up, you're going to notice it dirtying up. There's a little pier that kind of sticks out here. It's an old pier, it's broken down, and there's a good grass line running about 30 yards off the shoreline. It's holding good numbers of trout, primarily in the 17-inch range, but you'll find some up in the mid-20s as well. I'm using croaker or a soft plastic, just working it along slowly, letting that croaker swim right along that grass line. The other place I found some good water is right up here along the rocky area. If you get in this deep water, it looks like chocolate milk. But as close as you can get to this shoreline in about 1 foot to 2 foot of water, you're going to find nice crystal clear water, and that's where you'll find your trout and some spotty redfish. Now, tide gauge has been holding some good fish down in this section of the bar, lower down. Come on the outside of the bar and run along here. When you're anchored up there, I like using a shrimp with a 1/4 ounce weight and letting it bounce along the bottom, targeting flounder. Or again, with my croaker, I'm still letting them swim down there and hitting trout on there. Pinnacle rock along this area, around this point, it gets shallow. It gets real shallow, about 1 foot to less. But if you like to wade fish like I do, you can anchor your boat up here and get out and walk along the edge along here. I'm throwing a bright colored rig, something white with a chartreuse tail on there, and working it, just bouncing along. You'll find some good redfish laid up in there and the spotty trout. Now, for the fly fishermen in the group, Corrales is still holding good fish, and it provides a lot of protection right there with the higher bank and the bluff, to where you can really get in there and work a lure along the sand pockets and the drop off right there. I like a shrimp pattern fly, or if I'm on conventional, a jig head and another bright plastic. As for those of y'all that don't have boats and you're still looking for somewhere to fish, the beach is pretty muddy up right now with the strong winds, and the waves are pretty big to get in there and fish. But if you're on the other side, on the bay side of the road leading from Corpus to Port Aransas, there's an area called Fish Pass. A Fish Pass, you can go back through the state park there, and you'll find beautiful clear water, and there's still some good trout and lots of bait. Look for the mullet working on the drop-offs and the cut you'll find in there, and work the backside of that cut behind that sandbar you'll see. I'm using trout or a croaker or a shrimp or a sand eel and working them along there, just bouncing them along, and you'll find good fish back in there for you people that don't have a boat. Now, don't forget to go to TexasFishingTips.com to register for our weekly t-shirt and tackle giveaway and the trolling motor brought to you by Gulf Coast Marine. I'm Captain Fancher, and thank you for watching.